But this is mine.
But I made that for you. A Squidward nibble.
You got a piece of lettuce.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to our budget meeting. Yay! We wanted to record this video specifically because for a long time, ever since we got married, we did not really know how to like steward our money financially in a biblical way. Does that make sense? So we're going through Financial Peace University right now, and it has like completely changed the way that we communicate about money and the way that we steward our money. We're stewarding it now, we're not owning it, and that's a really cool way that we've transitioned into looking at our money. And we just know for other people who watch this channel or who might find this video that it might be helpful to just see how two 23 and 24-year-old soon-to-be parents are being debt-free and being smart with their money. That's what we're gonna do today. And we just wanna talk a little bit first about our why. We've only been doing this for a month, but it has seriously helped so much to just be on the same page about money. When we first got engaged, everybody warned us that like sex and money are the two things that split marriages apart or that like cause struggles. And it's true. I mean, it didn't split us apart, but it's a struggle if you don't know how to talk about money. We didn't spend a whole lot of money necessarily.
Yeah, we weren't bad with our money, but
no, we didn't have like credit card debt and that kind of stuff, but we just didn't know how to communicate about it in a way that was like fruitful. That's why we really wanted to do this whole financial peace thing. One, for me to be like, have the freedom to do things that we want to do with our life and not have this like debt hanging over us, but also we're pregnant and we're gonna have a baby in 5 months, and I want to teach our kids from like 16 or younger how to steward their money so that they don't get into the same situations that we did.
Pretty much the same thing for me too, but just really having the freedom to not worry about
all these, like, you're basically a slave to other people when you owe money to people.
Right, yeah, so I guess, for the future, getting out of debt and
I lost my train of thought. Sorry, that happens to me so much.
But I think also what I was thinking about, as far as our children, like not only teaching them to steward well, but putting them in a good position when they get to our age.
So that
they still know how to, like, if they were in this situation, they would know how to pay it back properly and how to be smart with their finances. But if we can eliminate the amount of student debt, even if we can't, eliminate it totally, that's fine. But if we can help them,
Basically, we're building a debt-free legacy. Yeah, buddy. How it's changed us, like I said, when we first got married, we just didn't really communicate about money. It was kind of like he had a paycheck, I had a paycheck. He dealt with all the money, I spent the money, basically.
At the start, we both did because we had so much time.
Yeah, but disclaimer, we did rent an apartment for the first 2 years of our marriage, and I had 2 jobs. He had a really good job at a place that paid really decently for like where he was at.
Right, for being in college.
Yeah, for being in college. It was just like, we just didn't really know that there was a stewarding that needed to happen, I guess, is what, or we were aware of it, but we were just like, oh, we're young, like, whatever. I don't think we did a horrible job either, because we are here where we're at.
Because when we got married, we both, actually, I think we did very well for people our age, because we both had, for that time, significant savings.
Yeah, we did.
Going into our marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, you had enough money put back to where once we got married, if you didn't find a job for 2 months or whatever, you had saved up enough money to supplement your income as if you did.
And that has helped us so much even to this day.
Right, so I mean, that's what started it, so like...
It was me saving.
Right.
So how it's changed our communication is now we actually sit down and have a budget meeting, where when we first moved into this house, we would try to talk about money, and it would lead to me feeling like a burden because I felt like I wasn't making enough, / him feeling disrespected that I couldn't communicate properly with him and felt like a burden. So it's just like a really bad cycle that we were in. Now we are able to sit down. We've only been doing this for a month, but like in that month it has like drastically changed everything for us to be able to sit down and know exactly where our money's going, where it is coming from too, and like just having it allocated somewhere and not just spending random money for no reason. Something that you guys need to know is that we are doing financial peace to get out of debt, but right now we're doing this to not be in more debt when our baby's born. So we're safe. Instead of putting money towards debt right now, we're putting money towards like what would be future debt in hospital bills and stuff like that. So none of our extra money that you would normally in financial peace be putting towards debt, we're putting towards like future medical bills that we will have, so that way we can pay for our labor, hopefully in cash or whatever that looks like for us. But that's just something that you need to know, because most people, we say getting out of debt, and we are, but this is the most important thing for us right now, and that's what we're focusing on. Okay guys, we just finished our budget meeting. It took us like 45 minutes. I'm gonna do a screen recording of my phone on the app that we use called EveryDollar. It's through Financial Peace University, and he's gonna explain how we do our budget, and then he'll walk you through what it looks like on the app.
You do a budget meeting each month, so you just don't assume everything just rolls over. So before I do EveryDollar, I always sit down and write everything down on a piece of paper. I start with everything that I do know is gonna be the same or roughly the same. So I start with bills, right? So you write down every single thing that you pay for, whether it be gas, electricity, water, your mortgage, your car payments, student loans. If you have a set grocery budget, you include that, what it is gonna be for the month, and then all the other things that you know might be coming up. So that's what's good about doing it month to month, because let's say this month she's gonna get her oil change, she's going on a trip. We don't get her oil change every month, so that $40 or whatever to get the oil change could be used for something else next month. Once you get your absolute necessities down, and then, at least for us, that's kind of where the more fun part comes in, because you can say, okay, well, we have this much left, we can go out to eat, or we can give, or put it back for vacation or whatever. I write down, okay, I think my first check is going to be this amount. So that's, I guess, another thing for us both is our income is both inconsistent. So like I have a base, but with overtime it can be more, but it fluctuates. And with hers, it's client-based, so we really don't know what it's going to be. So what we do is we write down what we think each of our checks are going to be. We guess on the low end, and then we write down how we're going to disperse each check based on what those bills what the budget was for the month. So it has to match up.
We use Dave Ramsey does the envelope system. It's so helpful. We were talking earlier about how when we first got married, I saved a crap ton of money when like going into our marriage. That really helped us, and I actually use the envelope system. So we got this, probably gonna get questions about it. I just got this for free at the class that I'm taking, but you can get it on the website, and it's just an envelope. We have monthly grocery, weekly grocery, dates, baby, miscellaneous, household, pet stuff, and then just a blank one for whatever we need. But it's really helpful because this is cash. Like Dave Ramsey talks so much about, like, if you have a card, you're not exchanging anything. You're swiping the card and you're getting the card back.
But you're not giving it.
Yeah, exactly. When you have cash, you give something in order to get something, and it is a game changer. Our bank that we use allows you to have sub-accounts. So if this is something that your bank allows you to do, I would suggest that you do it, because it's like the envelope system, but in your bank account. Electronically. It's so helpful. So we have different categories. Like we have one for bills, we have one for Christmas, like we have a Christmas one, like just gas. And so when we use our debit card, we don't use credit cards anymore. So when we swipe our debit card, say for gas, we're swiping it, and it, like if it's $45, we'll transfer from our gas account to our checking account, because all of what comes out of our debit account or debit card comes out of our checking. So we just have to transfer from that envelope to the big envelope, I guess you'd say.
What's cool about Every Dollar is it allows you to add many incomes. So let's say you have multiple jobs, or like us, you and your partner share incomes. You can add multiple spots, and then you can, under the income, you can name it. So like Craig paycheck, Lex paycheck, Craig too. So I get paid twice a month. So that allows us to break it up, especially since my paychecks differ each time. It can be set up different ways. Like you can, down like in housing, we put most of our bills, like our mortgage, internet, phones, and we added in things like household, pet food, stuff, money we're saving up for the baby.
At the top it says planned, spent, and then remaining. That's really helpful. So if you are spending something and you have a receipt, or you just paid cash for something and you want to track it in Every Dollar,
you'll see the plus sign on the bottom left. So let's say we go to the grocery and we spend $100. You hit that plus at the bottom left-hand corner, type in 100, and then you go to where it says here's a budget item. Scroll down to where you spent. So in this case, it's grocery. You tap on it, you hit done, and then let's say, what we usually do for the notes, we'll say like, I don't know, say we went to Aldi on 8/27, and then you'll just hit save in the top right corner.
We don't discuss, like, I don't need to ask him if I want a Polar Pop, if I need to spend money on that, because I have an allowance for that. But if I'm spending something in our miscellaneous, which is just kind of like, if I need to buy light bulbs or something, I don't know, like something random, I'll ask him about it. But then when he goes into Every Dollar in his own phone and he goes to see that, I can write a note that says like, I spent like $20 at Lowe's on light bulbs on this day. And so he knows exactly what I bought, so that we're all on the same page about everything.
And then like where you have some of the random ones down under lifestyle, gym membership, then our allowance. So that is a good one. Allowance and date is something that really gives me a lot of relief that we have set back for. So like there's money that if, like she said, she wants to go buy a Polar Pop or a tea or a coffee or something, she can always do that because she has money set aside.
Or Taco Bell.
Right. And then for date, before the app, there used to just be this chunk of money we put in the checking, not really allocate it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on dates. We're like, okay, well, we can go on a date, then we'll have this much, but what else are we gonna have to spend money on?
In August, we didn't spend all of our money. We ended up having like $65 left for our grocery, which is incredible because that was like all the money that we were spending was on our groceries. So that's actually gonna be the next episode that we do, is a grocery haul. I wanna show you guys how we do that and everything and how we eat healthy and stuff, but it's just nice to know that you don't have to spend all of the money in your envelopes or in where you allocated it, because if you don't spend it, then you can either roll it over to the next month, or you can take that money out of where you had it and put it into something else where you need it. We're really grateful to be able to do this because we had a giving posture before, but it was way more like, honestly, giving was like the last thing that we prioritized. And now, even though we don't have all this money and we're not debt free and we're still saving for this stuff, like we just had a conversation, and the extra money that we have for the month of September, we're like, heck yeah, put it in giving. Like we want to do something. We want to give back, and it's just really cool to see how just knowing how to steward your money and not own your money just changes your mindset about it.
We see the numbers that we have now, and we're blessed to be able to do some of the things that we do, but like let's say you, after all your bills, let's say you're just single and you only have $50 or $25 left in a month. You just got to find ways to do the things you want to do with that money and enjoy it.
Especially if you're putting it towards debt. Like just knowing that this is not a forever thing, you're not always going to be having debt. I think like that's the motivator, that like there's gonna be a point where, especially for us, like it's just nice to know that there's gonna be a point where we aren't spending
so like
a lot of our income on paying bills that are like we wouldn't have to pay. Okay, I asked you guys about budgeting questions on Instagram, and we just want to answer a few of them really quick, just like go. What are we in debt for? We are in just like what we call like normal debt. We don't have we don't have credit card debt or anything like that. We just both have student loans and my car payment. He does not have a car payment. The next question is, how do you keep track of what you're going to use card for and what you use cash for? The answer to that question is basically this. Everything in here is what we use cash for, plus our allowances that like I have in my wallet and he has in his wallet. And card is things that are going to be automatically withdrawn from our bank account that like that makes no sense to have cash for. So all of our bills we don't even use card for, it just comes out of our account.
Yeah. If you can pay cash for it, you can buy it in person.
Yeah.
We have cash. Advice
for high school kids looking to college, to go to college in the future. Dave Ramsey talks about this too, but go, especially for your prereqs or your like general education credits, go to a
community college.
Go to community college to get that, because you're going to have way less debt than going to like a private school right out of the gate. Also, apply for scholarships. It's like annoying and it's a lot of work most of the time for different ones, but like Dave Ramsey in one of his videos talks about how this mom made her daughter apply for 2 scholarships every day her entire senior year, and she graduated her college with no debt and like $4,000 left over after she got all of her scholarships to like just have.
I like this one because somebody asked me this the other day. How do you get started and what's first? So you'd be surprised how many people don't know exactly how much money they make.
Yeah.
And how much they spend on necessities each month. So I think plain and simple is just knowing what you bring home,
yeah,
you know, what you're actually making, and how much you absolutely have to give out for your bills.
Being honest with yourself too, that like if you go and get a Starbucks drink every day in the morning, like paying attention to that. You don't have to like feel guilty about it, but just know where your money's going and how much you're spending, because then you're gonna be able to really see it, like the big picture of it, and know like, oh, this is why I can't save money or whatever. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this and you have other video ideas, then comment down below so that we can know what you'd like to see. The next video in this episode of Ballin' on a Budget is gonna be a grocery haul and exactly how we do that. So stay tuned for that and subscribe if you want to see that video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to love God, love yourself, and love people. Bye.